it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I am showing you some more items from the Autumn Winter catalogue, which goes live tomorrow. So tomorrow I will be able to show you the inside of the catalogue. For the moment I can show you the outside. Now if you don't already have a catalogue and you would like a catalogue and you don't work with a UK demonstrator at the moment, if you go over to my website to the catalogue page, you will find a catalogue request form and you can request both the autumn winter and the annual catalogue, or both. So please do request one if you would like one. This is the All Is Bright suite, and it's actually a mega suite, and it's actually a mega suite plus because the designer series papers are photorealistic on one side and not on the other. So we've got obviously Christmas and then some dots. Then we've got light bulbs, Christmas light bulbs. I remember these very similar to this as kids. And then just plain sort of, well, it's not plain, but shaded spruce. Then some stockings, and these are actually photographs of stockings and photographs of light bulbs. And then just a pattern on the back. And then this, which is not the same as this. So this doesn't have the lights and this does. So again, and then a bokeh print. Oh, and just a real red pattern on the back. A bokeh print, and these are actually pine cones. That is not part of the suite. And then the other pattern is this one, which they're baubles. And this is actually the project that we're going to be making today, which, whoops, left a piece of stray ribbon on. I've got some vague hope of trying to slip it back on for the photographs, but these are baubles. They're so pretty. I love monotone baubles or monochrome baubles. I quite often decorate our Christmas tree just in one colour. So yeah, and the inside of that is a poinsettia, again in real red, and this is a little 2x2 square box, little gift box with just a nice little ribbon and a tag. So why is it called a mega suite? Well, we saw our first, I think it was our first mega suite last Christmas, and yeah, that's not going to go back on, is it? I'm going to have to... Oh, no, it has! Hurrah! One less bow to have to tie. So Mega Suite is one that has more than one stamp set. So we've got the Merry Christmas to You All, which has got Christmas, Merry, Happy Holidays, and then other fonts, so you can mix and match. It also has matching dies, which also do Christmas, Merry, Happy, and Holidays, and have some little frames as well that work with this frame. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy, I think is just gorgeous. But you can mix up all of these to make all sorts of sentiments. Then this is the other stamp set that is in the suite. So this is the Making Christmas Bright. So this is Merry Christmas to You All. And it's huge, by the way. It's huge. It's 2 sheets. Because this is only shown at 70%. These are shown at 90%, so they're a bit bigger. So we've got these light bulbs, and then Bright, May Your Christmas Be Bright. Friends Make the Season Shine, Making Spirits Bright, this lovely circle, dangly bits, strings of lights, string to hang your light off. This you can actually make your light bulbs zing. This is the screw for the light bulb. Oh, it's just so pretty. And this is the actual set. And that goes with a punch, which someone has said looks like Santa's footprints. But that works with that. But also in the Autumn Winter catalogue is the Making Everyday Bright stamp set, which, whilst it does include some Christmas icons, so we've got snowflakes here, and we've got pine cones, and these are 2 steps, so you can do the outside and the inside of the pine cone. We've got Halloween, we've got Valentine's, we've got heart light bulbs, we've got a snowflake here, we've got that lovely fitting that makes an ornament rather than a bulb, we've got a rabbit that becomes a an Easter bunny, we've got a penguin. I mean, it's just feathers, all just gorgeous. So this is also in the Autumn Winter catalogue, further back in the catalogue, but it goes with the same punch. So really useful suite. If you get all three, that's probably your Christmas and future needs, crafting needs dealt with. So today's project is the little 2x2 box. So let me make sure I keep the stamp sets I need. So as I say, this little 2x2 box, and I'm taking the whole gold theme and running with that. So this is gold foil. This is one of the new ribbons, and it is called, it's in real red, it's called Mixed Satin Ribbon, and it's because one side of the ribbon is satin and then the other side is like a grosgrain, and it repeats on the other side. So really pretty idea. So yeah, so this is gold with the baubles. Then I'm doing the bokeh with champagne because it seems to go. So why not? Right, okay, so let's get started. I need my scoring board. Now, do remember that there is still time to order paper shares if you would like them, paper and ribbon shares. The paper share, which is huge, is all of the papers. You can either go gold or silver, so this is a gold paper share. So it's all of these. So it's every single one of the suites. So all of this paper, it's just amazing. And there's a blog post on it, which I'll link below, or link in, there'll be a link from the blog post below to this. So you get all of these. So this is gold. This will cost you £20 posted in the UK. This is only for the UK. So £20 posted. You will get free the glimmer paper. And then you will also be able, oh, if you want silver paper, which is the same but cut at 6x6 rather than 6x12, then that's £10. And again, you'll get the glimmer paper free, and that's £10 delivered. If you want the ribbon share, I'm only doing one ribbon share, and it's 2 yards of everything, and I do mean yards, not meters. So it's all of these ribbons, and then the garden green and white baker's twine I will include free, and that is another £10. So if you want the gold paper and the ribbon share, it's £20 delivered. So that's that lot. Let me just pop that away so that I know where it is. Oh, of course it won't now fit on the shelf properly. Right, so we are starting with 2 pieces of paper, well, foil and paper. The paper is cut at 6x6. The foil is cut at 5 and 15 sixteenths by 5 and 15 sixteenths, also known as 6x6, but a little bit less. And then we'll need a scrap of whisper white as well. And the reason I make this slightly smaller is because then you get that nice neat, fit rather than having to cram things together. Do be careful when you are scoring your foil. You do not want to jump, because once you jump, that's it. But you are scoring at 2 inches on each side. Do turn the foil, because this is not a 6-inch square. It is a 5 and 15 sixteenths square. So you must turn your foil, not assume that you can go straight across. So that's that. And then the bokeh print, I'm going to score, and again I am going to turn my paper because for square boxes I like to. I'm scoring at 3/4 of an inch and 2 inches. I haven't worked out metric measurements. I will endeavour to do so for you, but I can't, whoops, the 2-inch would be helpful as well. I can't guarantee I will do it because I'm not great at metric, and it would need to be a different size box so that it works with the metric. But I will do my best to calculate it for you. Right, okay, so first things first, let us burnish all of our score lines. Now, when you come to burnishing your foil, I will have a tip, and I also want to give you a tip about cutting your foil, because you do not want to damage the foil, because that's kind of the point, really, isn't it, that it's nice. So that is that all burnished now, which is going to be the easiest side for you to see. Probably this side. So what we are going to do is we're going to start here. Oh, I didn't burnish that very well. That's better. And I'm going to just very slightly nip in. So that would be the straight, and I've just wedged in a bit. And then this I'm going to wedge all the way to that point. And then here I'm going to cut straight along the score line and then wedge the long piece out. Then I'm going to turn, and I'm just going to wedge there a bit and wedge there a bit, and then I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going to do exact and out. Ho-hum! Hopefully I will be able to splice this together. So I am cutting straight down here. So as I was saying, I'm making a Catherine wheel shape, or windmill shape, rather than rather than doing both ends. And yeah, anyway, so I'm going round. I'm really not describing it terribly well, am I? So rather than cutting here and cutting that bit away, I'm going round. It just means that then you get a better finish on your box lid, because if you do everything going into the two ends, then you get bulk at the two ends and nothing to help support in the middle. But by doing the Catherine wheel, you get support in the middle as well. So that's why I do it. So nearly there. Wedge, and then just wedge that out. So if I get rid of those bits and I do a quick inspection, yes, so that's the shape we've got. So it's this sort of Catherine wheel shape. Right, so snail, and I like to do this kind of, oh dear, without picking up bits. So I kind of go round. The main one to worry about is that edge. The rest is kind of a bit for show, because we are going to actually be covering quite a lot of that. So, and then while we're here, I'm also going to add adhesive to my flaps, because it's easier to do it when everything is flat rather than when the box is half put together. That just is, you know, that way madness lies. So, I'm not saying this way doesn't have madness, but so then all we're going to do is just making sure that we try and keep everything from sticking to itself. Line up our straight edge. So that's one, and the next one, and the next. Now this is where you have to be kind of careful, because you want that to be in, but you also want that to be in, but you don't want anything to stick. So I tend to find that holding everything with a finger is a good plan. So pop that there, and then this last piece we can stick down, and then we just fold in our flaps, and I like to do opposite sides. Don't know why, I just do. And that is our basic box, and then you can just go in with your bone folder and make sure everything's stuck down. So that's our lid. Okay, so right, foil, and I think I said I was going to give you some tips. So make sure your bone folder is clean before you do this. because otherwise you will scratch your foil. And the other thing to be aware of is that when you cut your foil, if you cut it with the back upwards, you will get less chance. You'll have less chance of damaging your foil, because as you bring your trimmer down, you can have dirt on the trimmer blade, and that can scratch your foil. So cut it this way up. Right. Okay. So again, I am going to go Catherine wheel. So wedge out, cut, and oops, wedge. And I'm turning. I will be coming back and trimming a little bit off each of these. I'm actually going to kind of wedge before I cut. It just seems more natural to me. So again, as I say, I'm Catherine wheeling so that we don't end up with all the bulk on one side of the box. Because if you put both, well, you'll end up with 3 layers of foil on one end and only one on, or 3 layers of foil on 2 sides and only 1 layer on the other 2 sides, and that just, I don't know, it just feels wrong. Right, now I am, because this is a square box, I am just going to come in and just trim an itsy bitsy bit off each of these so that they will definitely fit inside the box, just in case the measurements are just that teeny bit off. Right, now for this I am going to use tear and tape, because sticking foil otherwise is an interesting prospect. Snail is not great on foil. I mean, it's fine, but it's not a great adhesive. So I'm just using my ruler as a way of pulling it up, or tearing it. That's the word I'm looking for, tearing it. So you can just tear it, but I find you get a nicer tear if you tear it against a straight edge. You could use an old gift card or something like that. That would work just as well. But I have my ruler, so I'm using my ruler. And it is quicker than cutting, because otherwise you have to put your piece of tape down, find your scissors, pick them up, put them down. Dun, 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 dun. So I would check how long the video is, but there's no point because I'm going to have to splice it. On this section we're at 7 minutes, but who knows. Right, so I'm just going to start lifting the tape off each of the flaps, and you want to do this from the top, not the bottom, and that will become evident in a moment. And this is the Take Your Pick tool, which is coming in the Autumn Winter catalogue tomorrow. So do remember, if you want a catalogue and you don't already have a demonstrator you work with, just pop over to my website and fill in the request form. Right, so all we are doing is folding it up in the same way as we would any ordinary box. And as I say, it will become evident why I say release the tape from the top in a moment. Because you want that one to be in when you do this. And then, because you've released your tape from the top, oh, and then stuck it back down again, that was clever, wasn't it? But it's easier to pull it off from the top than it is to go in and pull it off from the bottom. So there we go. And by the way, I'm not just throwing everything on the floor. There is a bin underneath my desk. And that then fits on there. And I think that champagne foil works perfectly with the bokeh print, which is crumb cake. So, on the subject of scrap of Whisper White, and crumb cake ink. So I'm going to use To You From Us. So I'm going to start with, I did From Us To You before, so I'm going to do From Us To You again. So To You, From Us, and the joy, of course, of photopolymer stamps is you can see through them. And this is the Pretty Label Punch, and I'm going to do it sort of towards one end, because then I can punch a hole. Ooh, straighter would be nice. So that's that. And then with the 1/8 inch handheld, I'm just coming in here and punching. So, got the two little holly swirls, which I'm going to stamp off, ooh, preferably evenly, and one, and two, don't need that anymore, and I just need a little bit of Whisper White baker's twine, which I will pop through here and tie in a knot. Trim the ends off, and then bring in our mixed satin ribbon. I will get the name, probably in time for the catalogue to go. Right, so it's only a little box, so I'm not going round twice, I'm just going round once. And then just get our tag and add that into the equation. And then tie our bow. I've used far too much ribbon, but never mind. Not that too much. A bit too much, but not too much, too much. And then just adjust your bow and trim your ends. So, right, the only other thing I need to do is hide that knot a bit and add some sequins, which would probably have been easier to do flat, but there we go. So I'm using the basic sequins, and one of the colours in the basic sequins is Sahara Sand, and again it kind of goes okay. So I'm just popping one. Say this would have been easier before I stuck everything down, but or tied it on, but you know, why make life easy when you can make it difficult? There we go. So there we are. Two little boxes. Cute, cute, cute. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will do my best to splice the video together. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Do, as I say, let me know if you need a catalogue. And tomorrow, of course, will be launch day, and it's also Inspire Create Challenge day. So I've got a sketch. It's a sketch challenge and items from the new catalogue. Yay! So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you don't already subscribe, please hit the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. All the information about this will be on my blog, which is linked immediately below, and then below that there's a link to all my social media, including my online store. Remember that during September you can use your bonus days vouchers, and if you've got a large order, £200 or more, that's after the application of your bonus day vouchers, you can get free the Dashing Along Designer Series paper. It's a pack of 3 designs, double-sided, 12 sheets in total, so 4 of each of 3 designs. They are not too obviously Christmas. This one is kind of Christmas, but the rest are pretty generic. The newsprint has nothing to do with Christmas on it. Certainly, as far as I can see, it's just a newsprint. So really nice, and that's in addition to your usual stamping rewards. So always good to know. If you have a smaller order, please use the hostess code, which is in the description bar below and over on my blog, and then you will get to share in the hostess rewards for September. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I will see you again soon.